Some mysteries keep us awake at night, not just because they're unsolved, but because they're unthinkable. Entire families vanish without a trace, people disappear into thin air, crime scenes are left frozen in time, as if the killer was never really there. And the scariest part? Some of these cases have no logical explanation. Welcome to Chilling Truths and Terrors, where we dive into the most disturbing unsolved mysteries that continue to haunt investigators and terrify those who dare to dig deeper. From eerie disappearances to bizarre crime scenes, today we're uncovering 5 of the creepiest cases that remain unsolved to this day. Stay close, because sometimes the truth is scarier than fiction. The chilling mystery of the Hinterkaifeck Murders, 1922. In the quiet Bavarian countryside, a lonely farmstead hid a nightmare that still haunts Germany to this day. The Gruber family and their maid, 6 souls in total, were brutally murdered with a mattock, their bodies left in the barn and home. But the most disturbing part? The killer lived among the dead. Days before the massacre, Andreas Gruber noticed footprints in the snow leading to the house, but none leaving. Strange noises in the attic, a missing key, and an unfamiliar newspaper hinted at a lurking presence. Then, after the slaughter, neighbors found evidence that someone had stayed, livestock fed, the chimney smoking. Whoever did it wasn't in a rush to leave. Despite multiple investigations and chilling theories, from a vengeful ex-farmhand to supernatural forces, no one was ever caught. Over a century later, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain an unsolved horror, a ghostly reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters aren't in the dark, they're already inside. The Villisca Axe Murders, a house frozen in horror, 1912 USA. On a warm June night in 1912, the small town of Villisca, Iowa, became the site of one of America's most chilling unsolved crimes. The Moore family, Josiah, Sarah, their 4 children, and 2 young house guests, were brutally slain in their sleep, their skulls crushed with an axe. The killer lingered, covering the mirrors, locking the doors, and even making themselves at home. A plate of food was left untouched. A bowl of bloody water sat nearby, as if the murderer had calmly cleaned their hands before vanishing into the night. Despite multiple suspects, including a deranged preacher, a vengeful rival, and even a possible serial killer, no one was ever convicted. The house remains frozen in time, a chilling relic of that night's terror. To this day, visitors report ghostly whispers, shadowy figures, and the sound of phantom children giggling in the darkness. Over a century later, the Villisca Axe Murders remain a terrifying mystery, a grim reminder that some nightmares never end. The Sodder Children Disappearance, a fire, a mystery, and a lifetime of questions, 1945 USA. On Christmas Eve, 1945, the Sodder family home in Fayetteville, West Virginia, erupted into flames. George and Jenny Sodder escaped with 4 of their 10 children, but the remaining 5 were never seen again. No bones, no bodies, no remains were found in the ashes. Firefighters blamed faulty wiring, but the Sodders had questions, and eerie clues only deepened the mystery. A stranger had warned George that his house would burn. A woman claimed to have seen the missing children watching a passing parade. And a chilling photograph arrived years later, showing a young man resembling their son with a cryptic note. Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie. Lil boys, a 90132 or 35. Did the Sodder children perish in the fire, or were they taken? Theories range from mafia retaliation to a sinister kidnapping plot. Nearly 80 years later, the truth remains buried in smoke and shadows, leaving behind one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. The Yuba County Five, the American Dyatlov Pass, 1978 USA. 5 friends from Yuba City, California, vanished into the Sierra Nevada wilderness on a cold February night in 1978. Months later, 4 of them were found, dead, miles from their abandoned car. One was locked inside a Forest Service trailer, his starved body wrapped in sheets, despite a nearby food supply. The 5th man, Gary Mathias, was never found. Why did they leave a perfectly working car? Who broke into the trailer and ignored supplies? Why did a witness claim to see them with a strange man that night? Some believe it was a tragic case of disorientation. Others whisper of foul play, or something even stranger. Dubbed the American Dyatlov Pass, the Yuba County Five remains one of the most bizarre and chilling disappearances in US history. And with one man still missing, the mystery is far from over. The Bennington Triangle, Vermont's vortex of vanishing, 1940s to 50s, USA. Between 1945 and 1950, a remote stretch of Vermont wilderness became the setting for a string of chilling disappearances. 5 people, men, women, and even a young boy, vanished without a trace in the area surrounding Glastonbury Mountain, a place long whispered about by Native American legends. First was Middy Rivers, an experienced hunter who walked ahead of his group, and was never seen again. Then, in 1946, Paula Weldon, an 18-year-old college student, disappeared during a hike, triggering one of Vermont's largest manhunts. A war veteran named James Tedford vanished from a moving bus, his luggage left behind. Even an 8-year-old boy, Paul Jepson, vanished in broad daylight, as if swallowed by the woods. No bodies, no clues, only theories, ranging from serial killers and UFOs to something even stranger lurking in the Bennington Triangle. To this day, the wilderness holds its secrets, and those who enter are warned. Some never return. Some mysteries leave us with more questions than answers, and these 5 are no exception. Were they tragic accidents, or is there something far more sinister at play? What do you think? Let us know in the comments if there's a case you'd like us to dive deeper into, because some stories deserve a closer look. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new mystery. Thanks for watching Chilling Truths and Terrors. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe keep a light on.